Hello, Marty. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
All right.
Mark, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for your time and thank you for talking to Ireland.
Oh no, it's always nice to join up with my friends in Ireland.
We miss you. It's been a long time.
I'm not so sure that I'll actually ever be that I'll be back touring.
No, don't say that.
Well, I think I'm getting a bit past the touring thing now, and so I think what I'm learning to do is to play to my strengths, which is to write the odd song and go into the studio here in London and try to make a record of it. That's the high point actually for me now is having the band sessions,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're just wonderful. They don't happen often enough. So there was a long gap to this one because I think the pandemic must have been part of it.
No, of
And
course it was. It threw us all off for years. We lost genuinely years.
yeah,
And I know you've got that beautiful studio that was probably sitting quiet for quite some time. And yet, you were able to go in and mess around, surely?
yeah. Well, I go in to record songs, and I just feel terribly guilty if I went in there to try to write songs. So I do that at home. I think I let people. I'm always happy when people are in there. I mean, there's a big film studio thing going on in there at the moment.
Fab.
Um, so it's great for those kind of for projects, recording projects, and I'm very proud of the place actually.
Well,
Uh,
and so you
so
should be. It's a stunning looking facility. It really is a beautiful looking facility. I read once that you have a kind of a mantra that you want to write a good song, and this is coming back to what you were just saying there about writing at home. Write a good song and then make a good record of it. And now you have this beautiful
yeah.
facility to do all of that. But how, after so many years, Mark, do you keep that passion? Do you keep that flame burning hot?
I don't. I don't know. I think you've got to be slightly odd. I think being more than a little bit obsessed is part of it. What was it that made me want to? The first time that I heard "Because They're Young" by Dwayne Eddy,
Oh, my goodness.
I made the little kid up my street play it for me 10 times. So I mean, it's that kind of obsession, I think.
Yeah.
So it's not normal. I don't think you have. I don't think it is normal. It's slightly obsessive behavior, but I love it. I mean, there's it. I suppose I became a songwriter by accident. I sort of fell into it because it came from being in a band, being a band member, and it's the way you think of yourself. Now, I didn't really think of myself as a guitar player until I played guitar for a while, and I sort of said, "Oh yeah, well I'm a guitar player. I play a bit of guitar." And then is the thinking of yourself as a songwriter took a while too, and but now I do see myself as a songwriter, and that's the most important thing to me that I do now. So what I'm going to try and do with a little bit of time that there is left, I'm going to try and write the odd decent song and hope that it makes the world a better place.
My goodness, it's quite surreal to be sitting here and listening to you talk like that. Write the odd good song. My life, I'm 50 years of age. The weekend this new album, your 10th solo, comes out, right? And when I think back of from Sultans all the way up now to stuff like that's on the new album, Two Pairs of Hands or Tunnel 13, you have this beautiful knack of storytelling in songs. And I don't know if it's your journalistic background. I don't know if it's that you ride motorbikes and you can get into your own head. And,
Mhm.
it's
Well, the story, I think I got fascinated by songs when I was a little kid rather than by instrumental music. I'd get fascinated by by a song, so I could sing songs when I was 18 months old. So one or two songs, trying to sing the words. The words, I still know the words to comedy songs,
Okay, okay.
and so why is that? I'm not sure. But when Chuck Berry came along, then they just went straight in. I was signed up, and I was a fully paid up member of the rock and roll fan club, the Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis fan club.
Do
So,
you remember trying to play those songs first time round?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and still familiar with it. I mean, so yes, it's just a love affair that you can never walk away from. And I will always feel, when I hear long distance information, I'm there.
Wow.
So it's just, I'm a fully paid up member of that union.
Oh my goodness. It's magical. Um when you talked a second ago about being, obviously you're an amazing guitar player, but you said, oh yeah, I can figure this out or whatever. You have got an iconic sound, and again, how did that develop? How did that instantly recognizable, that's Mark Knopfler playing guitar, sound come about, do you think?
Again, it's more by accident. It's from doing everything wrong. The but Yeah, because really, when you think about it, a plectrum, a pick is actually, it's the best amplifier there is, and it's clearer, and you get a clear sound coming out. Fingers tend to be a bit wishy-washy, and
Can be a bit muty, can't they?
yeah, then they can be nice. They can be intimate, and so I just felt a little bit more intimate with the guitar and with the fingers as I was learning to do more stuff with the fingers. I think that I would lose a lot of picks anyway.
Yeah.
Um, I'd just lose them, and so half the time I couldn't find one. Um, and I was just doing more things, breaking the rules with fingers and thumbs. So
Okay.
I just developed a style which any self-respecting guitar teacher would say was wrong.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that, but you can stick with it. It doesn't sound too bad. But I
Yeah, could you
remember a couple of
imagine?
guitar. I
But then
can remember a couple of guitar teachers saying, "Well, you're doing everything wrong, but I don't know. It kind of sounds all
somehow it's
right."
working. Come here, talking about playing guitar. Is it true that you said Jeff Beck's guitar solo on Private Dancer was the world's second ugliest guitar
Yeah, I was
solo?
being I was being ironic.
Oh, you were messing. Okay, okay.
Yes. Oh,
Because I
yeah. No,
wondered what was the
uh,
first. Yeah.
he was a wonderful Jeff. I mean, was just on another level.
Yeah,
And
wasn't he?
in fact, that last thing that he's just played on Going Home, or for the teenage cancer thing
Yeah.
that we've just done from the local hero
Yeah.
film. Um, it's just as beautiful as it gets. I mean, I think Jeff was really something other. He was on his own. He was something really, really special. And he was out there, I think, on his own as a guitar player, really, in many ways.
The UK really knew how to produce some serious guitar players over its time, hasn't it? It really has.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same thing, just kids with their noses pressed against the window, looking at the guitars and falling in love with Gene Vincent, and not with Gene Vincent himself, but
No, but
just
the
with
player,
the whole
yeah,
with the playing, the music, the I think with Jeff it was Gene's guitar player, and but yeah, it's for me. I've had a few wonderful circular moments when I found myself on stage with the Everly Brothers and being in the band, and they're playing one of my songs,
Oh, stop.
and it's amazing feeling, all on stage with the Shadows, and they're doing going home, from Local Hero,
Local
which they
heroes, yeah,
recorded.
yeah.
And that's just those moments, that I feel very blessed just to have had a couple of those moments.
You've had more than a couple now, Mark. To be fair, you've had more than a couple. I'm very, very conscious of the lack of time because I said to Universal, I said, I need like a day to talk to Mark. I really and truly do. I do have some questions because I spoke on the radio today about having a chat to you. And I said I would give two listeners a quick question. Is that okay?
Absolutely, fire away.
Okay, Matt in Cork wonders, who, present or past, would you have loved to have played alongside? And I think you've kind of covered that with the Gene Vincent and the Chuck Berry chats, haven't you?
No, yeah, but it would have been great to play. For me to play alongside, it would have been great to have played with. Got so many players, but I think if I'd stuck with the guitar, um, if I'd stuck with the guitar, I think I would have loved to have played with Django Reinhardt. I mean, but I never got good enough.
Right. Yep.
I never got good enough to actually go there. I didn't become a jazz guitarist.
Okay.
I just stuck with my nursery rhymes. But he was something ridiculous because, of course, his neck hand was injured in a caravan fire. And he only had a couple of really fully operational fingers on his left hand, which sounds unbelievable. But yeah, Django was something else, and
Okay.
he was definitely. And when I hear Django now, he just seems to have arrived from another planet.
Yeah. Yeah. When somebody speaks to you like that. Aaron wants to know Strat or Les Paul?
Oh, that's a great question because I'm stuck with both. I have to have both.
Okay.
And so I've got a little collection of a couple of Strats, and I've got a little collection of Les Pauls as well, because you never know what it's going to be. It's they and now there's some other candidates in there as well, but
Okay.
I must say they are the main suspects all the time. It would either be a Stratocaster or a Les Paul. Yeah.
You miss any of those babies that you sold? And congratulations, 10 million quid for charity again. Jesus, I mean, the
Oh
work
no, well, it's not all that for charity, but it's it's a fair bit.
Yeah. Well, good on you.
It's a fair bit, but no, they were just getting dusty,
Yeah.
and they need to be played. You need to get friendly with them, and the actual amount of guitars that I will call on for a record now would tend to be, there'll be a handful of them.
Yeah.
There'll be two or three acoustics that you play the song with first, and one of them will work as a picking guitar for the song, and then two or three electrics that you could call on that make different sounds. But it's not as many as you'd think, and I've got plenty of those to choose from. An embarrassment of riches, really. So they needed to go to new owners,
New friends.
and new friends, and make new friendships.